Hello there, everyone. Welcome to some more Let's Play the Void. In the last episode, we destroyed Whaler and Pit. Pit especially had to be eliminated, as he went right for Ola and began killing her, draining the color directly out of her from what we saw, since it put her back into second heart color totals. And Whaler had promised to do the same thing, I suppose, to Nameless after he had destroyed us, when he had come back from the abyss an age ago, or the nightmare, wherever the brothers had originally come from. With those two destroyed, there are only 4 brothers now remaining: Warden, Triumphator, Montgolfier, and Mantid. 3 of them are on our side. Warden is not. Warden's about to walk into Hole to take the color that's there, but he's about to find out that we left a needle in the treat for him, and as he pricks the roof of his mouth on it and flees in horror, we will be positioned to fight him, especially since he'll be weakened after that. So let's get up there, we'll watch him run away, and then we'll go there to take the color we grew in Hole, and then we'll probably go to we'll either go to his chamber to fight him, or head down here to prepare a little more and grab more color. I think we probably should fight him, though. Let's head on up there. We're going to do a bit of talking as well when we get to Hole. Hope you guys don't mind too much. I don't think you guys will. But I want to read some comments I got for you guys on, I think it was, what cycle is this? 25? On cycle 23's second part. Let's go over here first, though, and get some color. We'll also talk a little bit about the Void.
I have no will of my own, but I have instincts to turn something inanimate into something living, to turn a dream into reality, to turn existence into life. And I aspire to go higher all the time. If there's an unbreakable dome above me, I suffer and grow angry. And you have no will too, Spirit. We're kind of alike. Only the one who lost you has the will.
Alright, everyone. Well, let's sit here for a bit, enjoy the color. There's not as much of it as I would have liked on that chair. Oh, it doesn't matter. Let's sit down. Let's talk for a bit. Alright, guys. I got some comments from you guys, and normally I have not been reading them on screen. Mostly because once I begin doing this, I feel compelled that I should be doing it all the time. And I don't want to do that all the time for every video, for every playlist I do. But I figured it'd be fun to read what you guys have posted from a few episodes ago and talk about them with you guys for a bit. It gives me an excuse to talk about the game for a bit, too. And before we drain color and take it away from where we're sitting, we'll go ahead and talk. I'll try to remember to segment this little bit as well. So if you don't care about this stuff and just want to get right back to the gameplay, you should be able to skip this by adjusting the slider up here on YouTube. Let's go ahead and start. So, Big Slimy Blob has a comment that says, "Good fight against Ironclad. He was certainly tough, which is probably why he thought himself invincible. But he wasn't. And yes, he gave even more color than I thought he would. I said about 34 per drop, and he gave over 40 a bunch of times. Indeed, you do have 20 hearts, but you're still missing your true heart, the heart of breakthrough. And it's not just hanging around somewhere in the void. You've been everywhere, which is a brother has it. You can make an educated guess as to which one. Yep. I'm guessing that it is Montgolfier that possesses it, especially because I'm not allowed to fight him for it. I can't take it. I have to wait, apparently, until something occurs in the void that he'll give it to me. Or we have to fight him for it at that point. Maybe we have to kill all the brothers to get him to do that. I hope not. Because I really wanted to not kill every single one of them. This is quite a tax on the void to kill every single brother. Because it means we have to grow more color to make up for this and thus damage the void in return. But what are we going to do? Right? What are we going to do? The story has been written. We're now just an actor in the play. We'll see the job done. And the part we have done to the best we can do it. But thank you, Big Slimy Blob. That was a fun battle against Ironclad. Once again, it made me appreciate the medium difficulty patch, or the mod, that I'm running. Which is, I believe it's... The basics of that is what's more... I think it's adjusted by 15%? All of the numbers. So there's less creatures. Brothers have less max life. We do more damage. We take less damage. It requires less color in our hearts. Sisters require less color to fill, and the numbers seem to all correspond to 15%. Less or more, whatever benefits the player. I think this has been acceptable for me my first time through. I'm not sure we could have beaten the brother that showed up and directly challenged me to a fight if I had not been running that mod. We probably would have lost there and had to restore from several cycles ago, 5 cycles ago, to prepare for that eventual encounter. So, I guess this would be saying that, although it does make the game easier, I'm glad I'm running it. It hasn't made the game too easy for me, especially because when I make mistakes, I'm trying to keep those mistakes on screen. Although in the last episode, I did reload all the too many mistakes I was making against Whaler, because we just weren't going to win after I spent so much color there trying to deal with the floating mouths. That was a really poor idea, trying to attack them. Destruction 42K has a big comment. Very well played, Tim. I'd avoid using Tumbleweed where there are multiple possible targets, such as Ironclad turrets. Yeah, you'll see me make that mistake against Whaler Destruction in the last video when you get over there to watch it. I always have to remember that Wasp and Tumbleweed target something. They're heat seekers, which is great, but they target something randomly. I guess Owl does the same thing, although Owl's looking for something up above it, but Wasp and Tumbleweed are going after whatever it... Actually, I guess Owl is the same thing. Whatever's the closest target. So if there's ever multiple things around, I should be using Hawk instead, or just slashing, which is what we ended up doing against Whaler, because it was just so inaccurate to use Hawk, given the the slight movement speed Whaler had let him avoid the Hawks, as I was trying to bring them into it, hit him. I wonder, the Social 40K continues with, I wonder if Ritual would help destroy Whaler says. Yeah, I think I tried that, and it looks like it does damage to everything, but I don't know. Actually, I don't think we got very many heads in the Ritual. They probably could, but it looks like Whaler resummons them as they're destroyed. So it's not you can't permanently get rid of them. I think Magnet was a good thing for us to use in that battle. He continues with, I've seen a video of all the brother dialogue, and they have dialogue warning you as their realm decays, and after this warning message, there will be another. Then the third one is battle. You seem to have skipped that bit and gone straight to the battles. I think it might be because of the state of Nameless's realm. Then again, I think that realm was our duty, not to any other brothers, so why are they angry? So, Destruction, we're doing very well, actually. None of the realms are suffering significant amounts of damage. We're going right for the combat text, because we're killing the brothers. Because we are actually challenging them to the battles. And so they go right into the challenge discussion, is what I'm guessing is happening here. As for why they're angry, we're destroying the entire void. We're going all over the place. We're growing trees and giving color to the sisters. We're breaking every taboo that the brothers have. And the brothers were being very patient and trying to watch us and understand what the results were going to be of our actions. And now they've had enough. So we're being challenged by brothers and we're being targeted by them they're not all, like, I guess they're not all obeying Mantid's orders not to attack us. They don't care anymore. We're an enemy to several of them, and those ones are correct. We are the enemy of their void. But we're also what's needed for this void to bring a sister out of this place and into existence in our world. The search for decay continues, but then again in the video I saw that player got the warning dialogues seemed to be earlier in the game and didn't have the glyph to challenge them. Right, because you can destroy the world earlier. Nothing stopped us from, let's say, going here where we are in Hull and growing endless violet and azure trees, not slotting silver in us, and this would destroy Yanni's realm. It would weaken her, and it would weaken the brother to the point where he would begin to warn you. As the realm takes damage, the brother takes damage. Their maximum life is dependent upon the health of the realm that they are assigned to. And so as the realm dies, the brother begins to warn you that he is also dying, or the realm is dying, and then will eventually challenge you if you continue to ignore his warnings and destroy the realm. Remember, though, that the brother's life does not... It equals the realm. The realm's life is reflected in the brother's life, but the brother's life is not necessarily equal to the realm, because you can hurt the brother permanently, as we just did, I think, with Warden. Destruction Point 2K continues with the song for Ironclad and a few others is called Arena Flash Heavy. While checking the name in a video called Torgor the Void OST, it's the 4.5-hour video, Ironclad has its own unique battle song that is not in this version. Yeah, I heard this is a redo of the original version of the game. I have watched a tiny bit of the original video now that I've gotten so far in this. I haven't watched anything like further than what we have, and it's only been like a few episodes. And it was, well, and the videos I was watching were, they were like the Russian version of the game. And it seems really buggy. There's quite a few glitches. The game's conversation, for example, flashes between different sister poses very, very quickly. But the dialogue doesn't reflect such. So it looks like there was quite a few issues with this game when it was first released. Which is probably why they repackaged it sometime back in like 2014 or so. I think the original of this game came out in 2010. I can't remember. Yeah, but in any case, it doesn't surprise me that some things were cut. And some of those things were probably to the detriment of the game we are playing currently. I've heard that the writing was redone, and although they fixed the bugs with syncing the sisters' camera angles with their dialogue, I've heard that they stripped a good amount of dialogue from the sisters. Destruction 42K says, I'm in favor of the shorter episodes if that makes a series easier to produce, say, a brother or so per episode. I want to do a cycle per video. Now we're down to only 4 brothers left. We shouldn't have any trouble fitting in a cycle of video. I really want to keep it one cycle per video. That last one, though, we were already an hour. The total video was about 18 gigs. It had to be uploaded to YouTube. This game I record in a high resolution with at least like 50 frames per second. And I use Fraps as my recording software. It's a lossless recorder, so every single frame gets recorded. This means that the files are massive in size, so I do want to try to limit this game in particular to less than or about an hour in its length of time. Another reason why reading comments is not something I tend to do for games like this. Destruction 42K continues with, you cannot harm Scorpios once they're in a garden. It is dead. Notice the swollen stomachs, that might not just be gluttony. I didn't get that impression, Destruction. I think we can fight the Scorpios. I just think Nameless's realm is completely destroyed, because that's associated with Nameless killing herself. The sister is gone. Her realm is completely destroyed. I went and looked up a little information about the Scorpios so I can understand them now that I've seen them. And you can fight them, supposedly. Whether or not that's worth it, I don't know. It looks like they're big, so I'm guessing they take a bunch of color to destroy. If we see 1, or maybe 2 in a sister's realm like Ola's, or in a place we're trying to grow color, we will attempt to fight it and see if we can destroy them. I think we can. Note that Nameless's realm has no colors that deal increased damage to it. However, pouring color into the tree hurts the realm like hell. No, you're wrong, Destruction. No. Nameless likes gold and emerald, so I believe she takes increased damage from it. It's that she has no colors that are poisonous to her. Nameless doesn't care about any particular color that you use in her realm, so you can't reduce the damage you deal to her realm, but you can greatly accelerate its destruction. He continues with, the Scorpion can appear in the Living Sisters realm. Remember, filling hearts deals the most damage to a part, so I would recommend filling Ola's last heart as late as possible. No, we can't. We can't do that. We have to fill Ola's heart as quick as possible. Because we need that 4th heart filled so that then we can do the Togor thing. We can't go to her and fill her last heart and then do the breakthrough because it takes color to fill her last heart. And we need max Nerva and max Lympha. I believe every single heart has to be completely filled with color. Every single one of it. Every ounce of color needs to be in it. All hearts. All our containers. So we can't do that. We have to fill her hearts first. At least I'm under the impression that that's the case. Note that you seem to still be able to harness color from the mines of a dead realm despite the huge hordes of parasites there. Might be worth checking if you can harvest color from the reservations of dead gardens. We probably can, but I don't know if that's worth it. In Fireflies, there's what, 3 or 4 shrubs. And the amount of color we can get from those, assuming the first day they produce color, would be also greatly reduced because the realm is dead. They might give us 10 color each, maybe. They might give us less than that, and it would take a lot of color to safely navigate in those places thanks to all the parasites that are there. It's just not worth it. Well, once a realm is that badly damaged, we should just avoid as many of the places as possible that we can't get almost guaranteed massive amounts of color from. Great episode, Tim. Oh, thank you, Destruction. But I think it's for the best that I tell you how many circles... Oh, cycles are left below. Okay, I did not look. So, I'm not going to look. I don't want to know. It's my belief that we're ending around... It's going to have to be around cycle, like, 32. Around there somewhere. Because we're now at cycle 35. If we can't get the breakthrough heart, there's no way for... well, I guess we could prep... We could slowly begin filling our Lympha. Maybe it's only the Nerva that we need filled. Actually, it's probably the case, right? No, I don't know. I don't know if we need Nerva. I guess when we finally get the breakthrough heart, the game will explain what we need in order to draw it successfully by another tutorial video. But thank you, Destruction 42K. Yep, thank you. I don't want to know any information about cycles, when certain events occur, something like that. Nope, don't tell me. Please don't tell me. I don't want to know. Lost Fremen says, "Ha! These schmucks don't stand a chance against you, Tim. You could try and challenge Montgolfier, but it might not work until all the rest of them are gone." Yeah, I can't. I tried and I'm not allowed to. So you should go after Whaler, since he'll have way less health than Ironclad. Well, I didn't have a choice. Well, we did have a choice, but we did kill Whaler after all. Since he had walked into a trap, I felt it was the best time to eliminate him. I think that worked out for us. And after, Trumpeter, if he shows up. The same cycle. I don't really want to fight the brothers that are on my side unless I must. So I'd rather not kill him at this moment. With Mantid, those stilts must be made from titanium because he's actually more gluttonous than he looks. Just slap the candy bar from his hands. Oh, a little tip as to how we're supposed to fight him. I guess I'll find out when we actually have to, but I don't want to fight Mantid. We've already killed too many brothers. We're going to have to kill Montgolfier. We're probably going to have to fight Warden. And, God, I don't want to kill every single brother. Someone mentions a Scorpio very early in the game, and you just forget about it until one shows up and scares the bejesus out of you. They were incredible looking, though, weren't they? They looked just like the Yithians. That's, well, from my point of view. Not exactly just like them, because they had some sort of conish-like body. But the face and the neck, they looked great. What a crazy-looking creature. You should still use color for fighting and not feeding sisters. But maybe open up Aya's second heart like you did before? No. Alas, no. I kind of wanted to fill Ava and Uta's third hearts. But that's a real waste of color. I have a better appreciation of what it takes now to get color in our hearts so that we're fighting brothers endlessly. And we might not have enough color for breakthrough at this rate. Or rather, we're going to be destroying realms the longer this goes on. And be forced to, like, go to Uta's reservation. What's it called again? Graves or something? Heathen. To grab a little bit of color. And God, there's so little color to grow there if I want to be safe. If the other realms begin suffering as much as Nameless's realm has suffered. Let's see. Don't bother going for the fourth hearts just yet. We have plenty of time and color for that when we're safe. We're gonna go for Ola's fourth heart. If we kill Warden, we're probably gonna start trying to fill Ola's fourth gold and violet heart. If we can. Right? Last episode we put 200, just under 200 color in it. We need another 600 or so, or 700 or so to fill it completely. And so we're going to be trying to give a little bit of color to her every day, if I'm in that area. Also, Ola's been a bit naughty while you've been away on campaign. I didn't want to be the one to tell you this, but check on top of the kitchen cupboards if you're back there again. I mentioned it some time ago, but we never got back there for real. Great video. Take care and thanks. Oh, no problem, Lost Fremen. Yeah, so we did that in last episode too. And she's talking about how the world's destroyed as she's locked us up in her bathroom. I mean, I can appreciate an aggressive, dominating girl, but Ola doesn't strike me as a type to do that sort of thing. Maybe if that was Ava or Ira. Mason G has a comment for us. My current theory is this game is about the creative process itself. Like color is imagination. The sisters are all the possible ideas we can place or waste our creative energy. The brothers are all the doubts and criticisms and procrastinations that get in the way. In order to be successful, you have to pick and choose which ideas to feed with your energy. And then you'll have to defeat your demons, until you finally defeat the hidden thing blocking you, and at last breakthrough to a fully realized vision. Mason G, I don't know if you've watched every single video I've put together now on this, but these are my thoughts 100% exactly. I feel that we are like the spark of imagination or inspiration, and that we are in someone's mind. The sisters represent different aspects of your brain and how the creative process is done, and we are trying to bring an idea into existence in our world. So that's my guesses as to what's going on. I think I began making them around episode 14 or so. You'll hear me talk about them for quite some time. And with that said, let me put a break here. Alright guys, bit of an awkward cut. I didn't like some of the tangents I went on after this. So, I am reshooting from this point forward just a tad. So, let's prepare for what's coming up. I guess the first thing I should do is drain all the color that is here in this garden. So I know what I'm working with. And we'll talk a little bit really quick about the Void. I have decided to go back to how I've been doing things for the past few years for my YouTube channel. Which is to say that I'm not going to be uploading 4 different video games, alternating days I'm uploading them, anymore. I can't really keep myself motivated to playing all of them. And by taking just a long enough break between each one to ensure that I forget how to play them efficiently is very frustrating. I thought I could keep the spark of addiction in me for these games, but I can't. I need to be able to keep recording the games, and I have to focus on the ones I'm currently playing. So what I've decided is that we will continue to play, obviously, well, I'm going to continue to play all of the ones I began uploading, but there's going to be a small pause for Sacrifice and Moon Scars. I want to finish the Void. And for Bug Fables, well, I've already got 35 videos recorded for that one. 25 of them, or 24 of them, are uploaded to the YouTube channel. And I have even more on my computer that I'll begin uploading today. Today, in case I didn't mention it, is April 16th, 2023. I'm really excited that I even have one video for the Void, this one, that's going to be in the backlog now. And my intention is to keep going at this now. I'm going to keep recording one video of this game every day, assuming I have time, and we'll finish it. This does mean that I probably won't be reading any more comments again from you guys until we're done with the game. And what I'll do is for the very final video, if I get any comments on it, I will read those comments in a separate video. I'll activate my webcam also, so I'll be able to show you guys me. I'll say hello to you guys again. And I'll show you guys the map I have of the game as well. I don't think I talked about this before I cut the recording earlier, so I apologize if I'm repeating myself. Let's grab all the color from here. And then we'll get ready to chase down Warden. So we need violet over. So I want at least 200 or so Nerva for all these colors. So I have enough that if Warden is weak to one of these, we will have enough to be able to utilize it to that end. This means we need a bunch of violet in us. Extra 100, and we can even hold another 25 of that. We need Azure to move us around. We can hold at least 25, but we'll put a little more in us as well. We're going to be using Amber for the foreseeable future to move us around a bit, because we can hold quite a bit of it, and I want at least 50 to help us drain our hearts a little faster. No silver at the moment. We can hold a little bit more crimson. We should probably look to get crimson before we fight Warden. So we'll take a look around and see where we can get some of that from. Okay. I think this will do. Let's get out of here. And I think there was color. There is. There's crimson here in Hump and here in Morage. So let's work our way down here next to try to get this crimson. Warden will eventually stop running, and then we can go to his chamber and challenge him. That will be the plan. Judging from all the different colors, there's probably quite a few saplings here. Okay, well, Nameless's old advice has yet to be proven wrong. Take without regret or pity. Oh, come on, Firefly. Let's go forward just a little more. It's right there for you. No! No! It was just 5 color, but that's still annoying. Oh! We have wisps. Alright, hold on. Let's watch this Firefly. Really? You're gonna turn around now, aren't you? Okay, whatever. I don't care. I care a lot.
I am the color of your power and fame.
That violet is too high for us to take. Okay. Let's put more Azure in us to speed us around down here. We can take a little more gold. A little more violet, but no more. Because we'll want to grow violet trees for Ola soon. I want to keep converting amber. There is supposedly crimson here in quite some hefty amounts, but unless it's in the fireflies, or there's a wisp that has it, or both, it's likely hidden in a vein. Come on, game. It's right there. 35. 35 violet. Oh, actually, with 35 violet, we can put more of that in us as well. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. We have 75 in us. Yeah, we can hold another 50 of that. Leaves 84, which is not quite enough to 100% inspiration, but it'll be fine. Okay, this is a good vantage point for us to look around and look for that crimson vein, if there is one. Remember, we learned that the color veins can be anywhere. They can be in the ground. Though I don't see any in the ground anywhere here. And I see none flashing. This will be a good test. Emerald, not crimson. The others all need to have the same color. Okay, let's search this rock outcropping. Wait till the firefly moves, going in a different direction. Okay. Going over there, that will take us out of this area, so we don't want to do that. Maybe it was the saplings and the fireflies and there is no vein? I see a little more crimson in terms of saplings, but that's probably not the case. I do like finding silver around here. You are hovering.
I am the color of your power and fame.
More emerald. Okay, no crimson from the fireflies. So there must be a vein somewhere. Or there's a lot of saplings around the corner. Oh my goodness, we have way too much emerald. Okay, we'll start spending this to move us around and stop on using amber. I don't see it. I feel like if it was in this darkened area, we would see it pulsing. Remember that there is a glitch in the game which stops the colors, the veins from showing themselves. So it might be here, and we just don't see it. Oh, nope, or it's right here. Oh, hello. Okay, perfect. Unfortunately, that because it wasn't in the form of saplings or fireflies, we are not likely, or not going to be able to, utilize that crimson for fighting Warden. We can store 25, we can convert 25 more though? Okay, perfect. Alright, let's head out there and let the color drain. And I guess we'll head up to his chamber to fight him now. While he's weakened and running.
So, you dare to challenge us willingly? You're not reckless, young one. You knew what you were doing. Do you really think you're stronger than me? Did you team up with Crimson in the hope that you'd defeat me with 3 blows? Did you earn Silver's favor and think that you'd be so lucky? No, young one. Fortune always turns its back. You disgust me. What blindness afflicted Patriarch and Montgolfier that they thought so highly of you? I see your game, and I think I know who you really are. I thus invite you to my chamber, where I will rend you limb from limb.
Oh! Okay! We get the fight I wanted anyway. The invitation isn't so much an invitation. I guess it's one we can't refuse, and one we are doing right the freak now. Okay, all of the crimson. Enough azure that we can keep running around. As much emerald as we can fill ourselves with, so that this way we don't take increased damage from him. We don't need all the inspiration. Hopefully he's not weak to violet, because that's the one color I don't have much of in my Nerva. Some amber back here so that I can have more hit points. And I guess a little more silver just to mix it up. I want to fill these violet hearts. We can afford the emerald, so we should take more emerald. And if we're smacked around... No, I hope we'll be okay. Alright, let's see what he's like.
Emerald, heavy and viscous as tar, enveloping canopy.
That's Pitt's voice or something. That's not Warden's voice. What's the owl glyph?
Extract, owl. This glyph creates a flying golem.
This is like Tumbleweed, only it floats up instead of down.
Invulnerable shield, arbiter of scales, bestow thy power to this venerable warrior. To me, who raised a vengeful hammer, listen. Fiendish plot of the heretic who dares resist, twist. His treacherous soul, chaotic and insane, banish. Cold-blooded argent, unbendable backbone, treasury of the Forsaken Kingdom, patron of the Takers, strengthen thy servant. The one who listens to thee, searches for thee, and is blindly obedient, shall be answered. The skin of the Keeper, his tendons, ligaments, and muscles, shall be hardened. His heart, open to lymph of all colors, shall be warm.
I don't know what's hitting me.
Wastes of
Oh!
all colors who
He sends
dare
out
to
bones.
give, shall be tortured. Formidable as
I guess that would make sense.
approaching storm, bringer of death, searing whip, executioner's blade, open to the heart of thy lowly servant. To the one approaching as storm, cutting as axe, rising as death, to me praying to thee, answer. My foe to the depths of pain, into the vortex of suffering, throw, while you torture, tear him from within. Be slow. When he calls
Wow,
out to
he
thee,
tried to catch
his
us.
voice
Did you
begging
see that?
mercy,
That's amazing.
Be silent.
Wow, that's horrible. I wonder what that's like.
Vibrant, chameleon of colors, mysterious tale, lair of the unknown. Come to my call, aid in my vengeance. Battling a hideous, wicked, unfamiliar foe. Help me. By lies and deceit, the one who challenges my righteousness shall die. Who watched me in hope of exposing my weakness. Be blind. His color shall fail. His hammer shall fall. His voice shall quiver.
That is awesome. Though I don't know how he managed to grab me up
Rapture
here.
of wilderness, chaos of maelstroms, bone-breaking laughter, rider of the vortex's edge. Open to the heart of thy...
Warden, you were the most accurate of all the brothers. But you were also rather easy to kill because we had Owl. That was incredible. What a great visual that is when he catches you. Of all of the encounters we've had so far, that one is like that was the most creepiest of imagery we've had so far from a brother. That was awesome. Okay, let's get all of this color converted. Oh crap, right, I'm heading up here, which I also don't want to do now. I want to head back down here instead.
That's our work. You think about how you'll use your final drops.
Our final drops, Uta, will be used to save one of you. Wow, there's a ton of saplings here. Fantastic. All right, I like that fight. That's a pretty straightforward fight. He swings around, he throws bones at you, which I guess also where they land, they spring up out of the ground. And you just, I guess, I don't know how he caught us up on the ledge, but he missed us once also, so I guess it is possible to dodge those. Yeah, fun. I very much enjoyed that battle. That must be a completely different battle if you don't have Owl though. Right? Because Owl goes up, finds him, and hits him. It's a heat seeker. All the other, well, I guess Wasp could work, but he's high up, so that tumbleweed probably won't affect him very much. Until I get 100-something crimson. We should keep the rest of this from being converted. Okay, so while we're here, why don't we also grow some trees here too? We are in Una's realm. Haven't seen Una in a long time. She does not like gold or violet, which is perfect, because that's the colors I want to grow here. And since I'm probably just going to hang out here, we'll just start converting more of these colors as well.
I am the color of your power and fame.
Are there critters here as well, I wonder?
Riches will come to you soon.
Fireflies or wisps, perhaps? I don't see any of the moles anywhere.
I'll be your guiding light.
Yes, there is a firefly. Okay. So we don't really need emerald grown here. So yeah, so gold and violet is what will grow. Assuming we don't have to fight yet another brother, this should be enough. Like 2 trees each? Oh, it should be enough. The color we have in our Nerva should be enough to fight one more of them if it comes down to it, but not if I'm growing more 2 trees. But I'm still going to do that. Do this anyway. I hear it. We'll get it.
The enemy will fall before your fury. I will teach you to bring the dead to life.
There's another. Oh, there's a wisp here too. Okay, crimson one. And gold. One more gold tree. When I first started this game, I believe I had mentioned that it might be helpful to realize what colors were poisonous to a realm and deals less damage to it. But I didn't realize that, you know, it's actually super important that you try your best to utilize that fact. Given what we now have seen of a realm as it's just completely destroyed. There's another firefly around, and there's a wisp. I guess I don't need them. Man, we have so much emerald. Okay, we'll have to use it to move around a bit. Why don't we grow another 2 trees here? We've grown, this is like what? This is like our 10th tree maybe here in Morridge? Oh, actually, Tim, are there any more? Yeah, there's another. No, you grew that tree. There's a tree near. There's a tree there. Firefly. I can't get that wisp from this angle. Do we set a trap here? No. If we see your brother coming, we can come back. There's still like 50 seconds of the current cycle left. So this is the last tree. What am I growing here? Silver.
I am the color of your power.
Okay. Let's leave? I think that's everything. There's no trees down below like there is in Bridge, to my knowledge, but there is... Oh, hold on, there's another firefly. It's coming up the stairs. We might as well grab it. Once we see it on that landing. Ha! Hearing that makes me think of Warden. Since he was making that creaky sound as he was dangling from the ceiling. Uh-oh. Did I do that too soon? Nope. And can we maybe get that crimson wisp? That's gonna be a tricky one to actually get.
I am the color of your power and fame.
It's not down there. It's not down there. I guess that wisp can remain. Yeah, it can stay. We're done then. Let's get back out to the void. I should probably save the game too. Hold on. 63 seconds left in the current cycle as well. Maybe we can go to Heathen and grow some small bushes there? Oh, hold on. Mantid's leaving. Mantid, I'm gonna go here and grow some color. Don't walk in here. I don't want to fight you. Oh crap! I left all that silver in me. It's fine. We're growing we're growing trees for that reason. In fact, we can probably take a good amount of the other colors out of me now. Careful, Tim. You're taking a lot of amber out. Well, I have a lot left over in my lympha for it. I want all that violet converted. I want the azure and emerald. How much more amber can I hold? Just about 100. You know, let's do something a bit weird here. So, I'll leave the gold in me. We'll convert 50 more emerald. But then I'm going to drain even more amber to get it out of our lympha. All this violet tip. Okay, that should be good. Okay, and let's grow some shrubs here. Uta likes silver and emerald, so we'll have to grow some things that aren't those. This is the only place we tend to go to anymore in her realm, right? Because the other was Pangolin. Oh, Tim. You should have more silver in you, though, if you're doing this. But we do have 100 violet. Given the smallest drops of color that this place takes to grow trees, looks like about 10, we should not really have trouble with this place becoming dangerous. And the Yithians, I don't think they'll show up to feed on shrubs. So, worst case scenario, we have some hoppers or more eye wings here. I've been wrong, by the way, right, guys? I thought we would have, the gorillas came back, but apparently they're a one-time thing. I wonder if that's a hint as to the type of thing they are. Because the others come back every day. Like, what do they represent? If I had to guess. I don't know. I don't know. Alright, that's all 5 shrubs. So, let's leave. I kind of want to hang out in this area today. So, I think we'll double back to Hole now. We can spend emerald to get us there. Montgolfier and Triumpher are together. I wonder what they're talking about. And Mantid apparently paid a visit to Uta, but decided to leave afterwards. Almost filled up on amber. So then we're done with amber in our hearts at the moment. Wow, the only color we have in me is a little bit of inspiration now, huh? Let's go over to Hole then. And we'll go ahead and grow more trees here. We have plenty of color. So, let's spend some of it. But we don't have much silver. Still, if we stick to what's dangerous to Yanni, we'll be okay. That's emerald and silver. But I also want I want all the colors here. You don't need another amber tree. You've already grown one. Well, we can come back here for more amber. We don't have to take all of it tomorrow, the next day. Yeah, we have to get rid of color so that we can actually hold more. Or rather, exist in the void without it being wasted. I guess we're gonna fill up her entire garden? She likes azure and violet, Tim, so don't grow an azure tree here. One more. If we have to fight, I'm gonna have to have color to fight, Tim. You're complete out of gold, also. I need to grow an emerald tree. I have to. We have just too much freaking emerald. Okay, that's all her, I believe Yanni's trees filled, too. Okay, that will hopefully do. Let's now head back out and just wait for the cycle to end. And thank you all for watching. It does indeed feel like we are nearing the end of the game now, with so few brothers left remaining. Only 3, and all are on our side. So hopefully we won't have to worry about fighting any more of them. They might be going there, but I think we set a trap in memory. Man, you're gonna have to somehow... Okay, hold on. You're gonna get a bunch of color tomorrow. Just barely hold the violet. Alright guys, so thank you all for watching. Montgolfier's probably heading back here, but we trapped that area. That's interesting. Trumpeter decided to check up on Ira, but left it afterwards.
Silver. Violet. Silver. Emerald.
Oh, uh-oh. Oh, no. Are we fighting another brother?
Who knows what limit awaits at the surface? Or are you not interested? And what's the limit above that one? Even higher. The chain of limits is endless.
It's cold. So cold.
You can imagine that this place here must feel very alien to the spirit, who is unfamiliar with our world.
The sisters are plotting against the sleeper, so we must begin a witch hunt. Because if there is a rotten one among them, they will all turn rotten. To kill one of our beloved sisters is a frightening prospect, but at least our heaven will continue to exist.
You fools.
So, we must proceed. We will choose sisters, each in turn, then summon their brothers and begin the inquiry. Avoid this torture, young one. It is regrettable that your apprenticeship has begun at such a terrible time.
Agony. There's a clear border between suicide and self-sacrifice, leading to a fatal emptying. Color doesn't want a sacrifice. Suicide is unacceptable, but the right to devotio is inevitable when it comes to creating. Color doesn't know pity. The previous limit must be drained completely, so there is enough meat for the incarnation of the next. Only by this price, everything new is created. Oh no! I am guessing that the brothers are going to start killing sisters now. Alright. Well, I guess we'll have to kill more brothers. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, everyone.